Good morning. It is a lovely Saturday morning. It's foggy. It's, I don't know, 54, 55 degrees. It's glorious. I am again starting a little bit late, about 8:30. Different stuff on my news front today. Today, I'm thinking I got good news. I really do. My daughter is engaged. The only problem with that is I have to learn to say her new last name. It's going to be Awadala. Don't get me wrong, the boy she's dating, I like him a lot. He's a good guy. Awadala. I have grandkids named Awadala. Just having to get used to that. Learn to say it. But it's a happy day for that. Headed out to take care of the chickens. It's a lovely, lovely foggy morning. Lord have mercy. Here, let's turn around that way. Can't see that far, can you? It's going to be like yesterday. Yesterday it was noon, there was still fog around. It's 8:30, it's just foggy as it can be. It's not burning off at all. But anyway, I've chopped up veggies for the chicks, and it's a lovely morning. It just really is. I've got coffee. Life is good today. I've got a daughter who's got a wonderful boyfriend who just proposed to her. Awadala. I'll figure it out. Her mama's maiden name was Lobiondo, so you know, we can get used to it. I have a cat down there who's being mad because he hasn't been fed yet. I think I've said this before. That's Mr. Gray. If you want Mr. Gray is available. Mr. Gray is not my cat. Of course, I got two other cats that weren't mine either. But somehow they've become mine. He's trying really hard. He lives on my back porch. He was not invited to live on my back porch. He wants in the house so bad he can't stand it. I've got two. I do not want three. He's sweet. He is. He's just a sweetheart. Not my cat. Let's go feed chicks. Everybody runs out and starts grabbing, and one of them will grab it, three of them will chase it, and think there's a plate full of food. They kill me with that. I did notice they were getting into the grit this morning, which is good. I say grit, I got sand out in the yard. I got them sand. They've got sand. Which is grit. Seriously, if anybody needs a good male cat, sweet as he can be, got the lovely little white tuft on his tail. Yeah, I know. Don't pull your tail. His name is Mr. Gray. Had to call him something. So who thinks the honeysuckle's been fertile this year? There is nothing but honeysuckle out here. That's the edge of my woods. Edge of my woods. Looks like that everywhere you look. Okay, everybody's back in. We had a big day outside. I think all these chickens enjoyed that. They had food today. I promise they did. Man, they act like they're starving. They come in here. They're just tearing that up. I swear I fed them today. A couple ending thoughts today. I'm standing here watching the sunset. I tried to point the camera towards the sunset, but that really didn't work. It didn't look near as nice on the camera as it does standing here looking at it. Just had a couple thoughts though. My thoughts are some of the stuff that I've studied up on. One was if I put, what did they say, 8 inches of the pine shavings in the bottom of the tote, and if it starts to stink a little bit, just add a little layer on top, and you don't have to worry about it stinking, and it'll last a full 3 weeks, and then you can save it and do it again later in the same box. I'm gonna go with my experience says no, that don't work. It stinks. The guy who did that and was talking about that actually had them in his house. Said he had them in there for 3 weeks and there was no smell. He had a bigger tote and not quite as many chickens, but he had a bunch of chickens in there, quite a few. I think if I left that in my shop for 3 weeks, you wouldn't be able to walk in there for the smell of chickens. So that's one thought. And then my other thought has to do with the chick feed. I bought a 50-pound bag of that to start with, and it's lasting. I think it'll last 3 weeks easy. It may be a little bit more before I take them down to the farm and put them in the chicken tractor. I don't know that they'll be big enough at 3 weeks. But that stuff, I don't know. I seem to be shoveling half of it into the trash can. I put it in there, they throw it all out of the feeder. I've even taken the feeder out so they could eat it. And I don't know, they just don't seem to want it all. And I end up shoveling it into the trash can. I don't know what the answer is to that. I just know that I hate throwing away expensive feed, because that stuff is not cheap. And I don't want to spend any more money on chickens than I have to. And I'm going to have to spend some money because I've got chickens and it's going to be winter here before long. Kind of bought them at the wrong time of year, but I'm going to have eggs in the spring. And I'm going to have chickens eating bugs in the spring, which really is why I wanted chickens. I got more bugs than I can deal with. But that's my thoughts for today. Remember, my name is Mark. I'm just some old Kentucky homesteader. If you like what you see here, think you might want to keep up with what I'm trying to do, homesteading and getting chickens and trying to get a farm started. Small farm, but a farm nonetheless. Hit the subscribe button, ding the little bell so you get notifications, and come back. And in the meantime, you have a very, very blessed day. Well, I'm out here looking at the sunset. I tried to put the camera at the sunset. Well, in the meantime, my name is Mark. Let's do it up here. Wow. One of these days I'm going to learn that everything on that screen there is backwards. So anyway, remember, my name's Mark. Okay. Go this way.